Okay, sit yourself onto your lift and then come into a good cross-legged position. Just feel that you're sitting evenly with levelness at the hips. So sit mindfully, sit with consciousness in the seat bones. Sit with consciousness in the seat bones, consciousness in the feet. Just draw your attention down into the physical body. Just look at something that doesn't move on the floor ahead of you, so that your eyes remain still in the sockets. And focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and long, slow, deep, deliberate exhalations. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste. Lengthen from your armpits into your elbows into the heels of the hands into the fingertips. Just before you close your eyes, just reassess the seat bones, just assess whether they are level and adjust if necessary. Elevate the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. And with an exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations. Long, slow, deep, deliberate exhalations. As you do so, draw into your mind's eye something or someone or somewhere for which you feel grateful. And express gratitude for having that thing, that person, that place in your life. And hold that gratitude in your heart area. And into your mind's eye, draw another thing for which you feel grateful. Feeling the positive energy that we create around the heart area when we bring that thing, that place, that person into mind. And express gratitude for having them in your life. Hold that gratitude in the heart area. And draw another thing into your mind's eye for which you feel grateful. Express silent gratitude for that thing, that place, that person, and then hold that gratitude in the heart area. And something else, bring it into your mind's eye. Feel the energy. That fills the heart with joy. Express gratitude and hold that in your heart area. thing into your mind's eye, a place, a person, a thing. Things are just as valid as people or places. Express gratitude and hold that in your heart area. And another. Just let them pop into the head one at a time, don't question it. Express gratitude for having it in your life, holding it in the heart area, and something else. Express gratitude, holding that in your heart area, and something else. Express gratitude and hold it in your heart area. Be conscious of the abundance that you are holding in your heart area, the abundance of things for which you feel grateful. Hold on to that abundance. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Just spend a moment to acknowledge the abundance that you have in your life. And express gratitude for having those things in your existence. Maybe more things pop into your head, but just be satisfied with what you have in your heart. And then lower your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tips of the index finger together with the tips of the thumb. And then gently raise your head and allow your focus to come back. Hold onto your knees. Hold onto your knees and elevate the heart area upwards. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Elevate the heart area up. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side. Draw in your abdomen across your ribs and your shoulders. Listening to the breath. Just quietly focusing on the physical sensation of the pose. Drawing your abdomen across your ribs, across your shoulders across. Digging the back hand firmly into the floor. And then gently come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. Drawing your shoulders down away from your ears, lengthening the neck. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. Just drawing your abdomen across your ribs and your shoulders. Just acknowledging the physical sensations of the pose. And gently come back to the centre. Come off your lift, sit back on your heels, and just feel that the shins can sink into the floor. Consciously press the shin bones into the shin skin. Feel that the thighs activate when you consciously activate the shins. And then feel that then you can subsequently extend the spine up to the ceiling. Keep the back straight as you come forwards. Keep the seat bones in contact with the heels. And then stretch forwards, keeping the head lifted. Spread in the fingers, spread in the palms. And then stretching your arms away, keeping the seat bones down. And finally bring the forehead down. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Pressing the seat bones down on the heels, listening to the breath. Keep your attention within the physical body. There's plenty happening in the physical body to maintain your attention. So feel the pose from the inside. Feel how the pose opens up the upper back, how it opens up the middle and the lower back, how it stretches the shoulders and the arms and the wrists and the palms. Really spread your fingers so that you broaden the palms as wide as you can. And then come up onto your knees, turn your toes under, and then come up into dog down. Into dog down and activate those legs, tighten the kneecaps, press the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards so that the backs of the thighs broaden outwards, so that you can lift the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs. Press the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. Just breathe deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position. Have some blocks for your hands, but we're going to go into full uttanasana, unless you've got a problem with your back, in which case you're going to come halfway onto the blocks. So bring your feet as wide apart as the mat. Have your toes in line with each other. And then just feel that your heels are as wide apart as the mat. If you're protecting your stiff back, then just come forward onto the blocks with a straight back. Otherwise, raise your arms up. And then hook your thumbs into the crease of the elbows. Wrap your fingers around your elbows. And with a straight back, come forwards, hinging at the hips. Keep the arms lifted, keep the head lifted. Keep the legs straight and then hang down. If you're not doing full uttanasana, then go into half uttanasana with your hands on the blocks. Extending the spine consciously. But with either pose, feel that you are really determinedly lifting the legs. Lifting the shins out of the ankle sockets. Lifting the shin bones out of the ankle sockets. Using the muscle around the bone to lift the bone up. Lift the kneecaps away from the shins. Lift the thigh bones away from the kneecaps, lifting them all the way up into the hip socket. Lifting the bones by lifting the muscles. Try to keep those three sections of the legs, the shins, the knees, the thighs, try and keep them discreet from each other. Let the top of the body hang down, or if you're in half uttanasana, consciously extend into the spine. Feel that there is an internal balance of action in the legs. Lifting the legs evenly. Okay, bring your hands back down to the floor. Just come into half uttanasana. If you can't reach the floor, then just bring your hands onto your shins, projecting the chin and the chest forward, extending into the spine. And then bring your hands into your hips, and then come up into a standing position. If the blocks are there, then just move them out of the way. Come up into Tadasana. So come up into Tadasana and feel that your energy can lift out of those legs. Lift the legs like you were doing in Uttanasana. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Feel the backs of the thighs broaden outwards. Lift the shin bones away from the ankle socket. Lift the kneecaps away from the shin bones and in towards the backs of the knees. Lift the thighs, lift the thigh bones up, all the way up into the hip socket. And then feel that kind of tube of toothpaste effect extending up into the spine. Just breathing even deep inhalations and exhalations. Spread your fingers, spread your palms so you feel the palm skin stretch. Stretch your arms forwards and then raise your arms up in urdhva hastasana. I have to just turn around a little because of the lack of ceiling height, but try and get your arms parallel to each other, palms facing each other. Lifting the legs, lifting up into the chest, feeling that you're like a seedling growing out of the earth and up towards the sun. And then gently release. The palms turned outwards, coming back into Tadasana. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Bring your arms out nice and wide, in towards your chest, and then step or jump the feet apart for trikonasana. Turn the left toes in, the right leg and foot all the way out. And then, so before you come down, lifting the legs. Lifting your legs in the same way, but this time you're turning your legs outwards rather than inwards, but otherwise, lifting the bones of the legs all the way up into the hip socket. Reach up. Look up if you can. Feel that the body is in line in 3 dimensions, squeezing that front leg buttock bone forwards. Lifting up into the chest, extending up into that top arm. Lifting your energy out of your feet and up into the shins, into the knees, into the thighs, into the hips, up into the spine, out of the heart area into both arms equally, lengthening the neck. So looking up if you can. If that doesn't work for you, look forwards or down. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. Reach up with the top hand, come back to the centre, swap the feet around, turn the right toes in, the left leg and foot all the way out. Lift out of the feet into the shins, lifting the shin bones, lifting the kneecaps, lifting the thigh bones up into the hip socket, and then come over, find the shin. Keeping the chest lifted, keeping the head lifted, and then look up. So feeling that that front leg buttock bone can squeeze in and push the back leg towards the wall behind you. Suck your energy from the feet into the shin bones, into the kneecaps, into the thighs, up into the hips, up into the spine, out into the arms. Breathe even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Bring that top arm down, bend the knee if you need to, reach down to the floor with that top arm, so you probably definitely need to bend the knee. Bring the hands either side of the foot, turn the right leg out, and then step back into dog down. Lifting the bones of the legs like we've been doing. Lifting from the hands into the wrists, into the forearms, into the elbows, into the upper arms, into the shoulders, into the hips. Fill your lungs with the energy of the universe. Lifting out of the floor like you're hanging from the ceiling, and the seat bones are reaching down to the floor. Keep lifting away from the floor, and then see if you can bring the heels down. But bring the heels down with the legs lifted. Don't sacrifice the lift of the legs to bring the heels down. So I can easily bring my heels down, but then things go wrong. So keep lengthening from the back of the knee into the heel. Keeping an eye on the creases between the shins and the feet. Trying to avoid allowing those to appear. So you've got to keep the legs lifted, lifting the bones. Bringing those heels ever closer, but keeping the seat bones lifted. Keeping the legs really firmly activated. Okay, and then step your feet forwards, come up into standing position. Coming back into Tadasana. Lifting up into the chest. Breathing even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Just focusing on the sound of the breath. Focusing on the energy that you have released by lifting the bones. Bring your arms out nice and wide, in towards your chest, and then step or jump, go as wide as you can with your legs for prasarita, padottanasana. If you can, then bring your heels onto the edge of the mat so that you know that your heels are in line with each other. And then turn your toes inwards. Have your hands on your hips, and then straighten your legs, tighten the kneecaps. Again, feel the feet making contact with the floor. Feel the outside edge of the feet in contact with the floor. Feel the heels in contact with the floor. And then lift out of the feet into the shins. Lift the shin bones up to the kneecaps up to the thighs, up into the hips. And then elevate the heart area upwards, winging your elbows towards each other. And then come forwards, hinging at the hips, keeping the back straight as you come forwards, keeping the head lifted as you come forwards. Reach down and find the floor. If you can't reach the floor, then you can use blocks underneath your hands. Keep the legs straight. Like you're lifting from the floor, you're sucking the energy out of the floor up into the shins, into the knees, into the thighs, up into the hips, and then extend into the spine like a tube of toothpaste. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Then, if you can straighten your back at this stage, if you're already touching the floor, if you're using blocks, just stay at this first stage and just work to extend, to find that energy sucking out of the floor. If you can, come forwards with a straight back, then hinge at the hips, keep the back straight, bring the heel of the hands in line with the heels of the feet, and then bring the head lightly down onto the floor. Press the hands into the floor like you want to push them forwards towards the head. Suck the feet into the shins, into the knees, into the thighs. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you can reach around the outsides of your ankles, pushing the hands into the ankles, pushing the ankles into the hands. But all the time keeping the weight away from the head. So just keep it working in the first stage if you're still there. Just lifting out of the feet into the shins, lifting the shin bones away from the ankles. Lifting the kneecaps away from the shins, lifting the thighs away from the kneecaps. Turning the fronts of the thighs inwards, the backs of the thighs outwards. Okay, bring your hands back onto the floor if you're holding onto your ankles. And then walk the hands forwards, come back into the halfway position. And then bring the palms down. Bring the palms flat onto the floor, bend your knees, and then step or jump your feet back together. And then come up into Tadasana. Come back into Tadasana. And then raise your arms up for urdhva hastasana. Just breathing even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Just feel how, as you work, that your body becomes really conscious. You burn away the toxins that you accumulate within the physical body. Breathe into the lungs, filling them from the bottom to the top. Emptying them from the top to the bottom. And then gently release your hands. Come down onto your knees, and then we're going to do headstand, or we can do headstand preparation if you don't do the full headstand. If you can do the full headstand, then use whatever you need to do it. So if you do it by the wall, then take yourself to the wall. Otherwise we can do the headstand preparation, but we'll just do it in the middle of the room. So headstand preparation, just come down onto your elbows. And just make sure that your elbows are no wider apart than your shoulders. Your elbows and your shoulders are in line with each other. That's a really important structural facet of the pose. And then once you know that your elbows are in the right place, then interlock the fingers. Create a little cup for the hands, and then lengthen from the elbows into the little fingers. Make sure that the outer wrist is in contact with the floor, so that the outer edge of the arms are really pressing down. Keep the thumbs together and stretch the thumbs towards the finger knuckles. Keep the cup of your hands open. Keep lengthening those the little finger side of the hands away, and press the outer arms into the floor. Then just come up onto your elbows, up onto your knees rather. Keep pressing the outer wrists into the floor. Keep the upper wrists directly above the outer wrists. The inner wrists directly above the outer wrists. And then with your head away from the floor to start off with, just come up into kind of a dog down position. Press the from the elbow to the hands into the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. If you can walk in a little, but keep your head free of the floor to start off with. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Keep pressing the outer arms into the floor. And then gently come down, and if you're in full headstand, then stay there. And then just, if you're in the preparation stage, just release and come back on, sit back on your heels for a moment. Just observe the energy that you have released in your shoulders. So it's this outer arm that really needs to maintain contact with the floor. So we can do the same thing again. Make sure that the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders, no wider. Wider makes everything collapse. Have those outer arms pressing firmly into the floor. This time, you're going to bring your chin into your chest and bring the top of the head onto the floor and the base of the skull into the heels of the hands. Press the heels of the hands firmly into the base of the skull. Press those outer arms into the floor and then come up onto the tiptoes. There should be lightness on your head, not heaviness. Make sure that your elbows haven't slipped apart, and then start to walk your toes in. Pressing the outer edge of the floor, outer edge of the arms into the floor. Keep the legs straight. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping the shoulders away from your ears. Shoulders away from your ears. Lift your shoulders in, away from your ears. That's it. So that you're not pressing down into your neck. Okay, if you're in headstand, just stay in headstand for a little longer. Otherwise, if you're in the preparation, then come down onto your knees and then just sit back on your heels. Sit back on your heels, just again feel the energy of the pose. So this next time, we're just going to come into the same thing again with the head on the floor, and you walk your toes in so that the shoulder blades are pushing in towards the front chest, the shoulders away from the ears, and then one leg at a time. You're just going to raise your leg, but you raise it like you're doing tadasana, so it's not turns out like this. The toes are directly to the floor, and the fronts of the thighs are turning inwards. So we're not going to lift up. If raising your head brings kind of unnecessary weight onto your head, then just don't do that. Just push the arms into the floor harder. Okay, come down onto your elbows. Just one more time, hands together. So if you come out of a headstand, then do Adho Mukha Virasana. Otherwise, just in the preparation stage, one last time, just come up, walk the toes in, keep the outside edge of the arms really firmly pressing into the floor, and then raise the legs. Keep the fronts of the thighs turning inwards like you're doing padottanasana. Swap the legs around. Keep the outside edge of the arms really firmly pressing into the floor. Do it a couple of times. Keep the legs straight as you raise them. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Okay, and then just gently release, come down onto your knees, and then sit back on your heels. And then everyone come into Adho Mukha Virasana. After sirsasana or preparation, just be on the fingertips rather than the palms of the hands when you stretch into Adho Mukha Virasana. And it gives you space in the neck. Really press the hands down into the floor. Keep the seat bones down on the heels if you can. Okay, and then when you've recovered, push your hands into the floor and sit yourself up. Just sitting back on your shins. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Just draw the chin down to meet the chest. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Draw the chin up to the ceiling, feeling the front of the neck stretching out. Bring the chin back down to the chest. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Chin to the ceiling, stretching out the front of the neck. And then bring the head level, and then right ear across to the right shoulder. And then back to the centre. Turn around, bring the left ear over to the left shoulder, keeping the shoulders down. And then back to the centre, and then back the right ear across to the right shoulder, feeling the right side of the neck really stretching out. And then back to the centre, and then the left ear to the left shoulder. And then come back to the centre. Good, just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just listening to the breath. Come down onto your back into supta padottanasana. Supta padottanasana. Your hands on your lower ribs, let the knees fall apart, but consciously press the heels together. Press the heels together so that the hips become compact. If it's uncomfortable in your hips, you can put blocks on the outside of your thighs, but when you press the heels together, when you press the outer edge of the feet together, then typically the hips become a little more compact. But support them if you need to. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Lengthen the sacrum away from the lumbar, the tailbone away from the sacrum. Draw the tailbone up to the ceiling so that the lumbar begins to press into the floor. Stretch your arms up to the ceiling, spreading the fingers, spreading the palms. And then try and bring your arms down to the floor, keeping them straight. Bring them down to the floor with the thumbs stretching away from the little fingers. And try and get the thumbs to reach the floor at the same time. Easier said than done. Do it. Try it again. Keeping the feet consciously activated, bringing the legs down to the floor. So you bring the arms down to the floor. Try and get the thumbs to make contact at the same time. Feel that there's a force field between the hands. Maybe you're bringing an imaginary box of air down to the floor, allowing it to land gently. Try it again, even if you succeeded. Keeping the legs firm by pushing the heels consciously together. Just one more time. Just keeping the focus and the concentration. And then just relax your legs, relax your hands. Just relax into supta padottanasana for a moment. Just feel the energy that you have released through your practice so far. Feel how the warmth that we're experiencing in the UK at the moment, how that sucks into the bones. And that helps to release our energy. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And then when you're ready, bring your knees together, have your knees together and your feet apart. Just resting into the floor. And then get hold of the shins, bring the feet close to the seat bones, have them in line with the seat bones, and then just sit as close to the feet as you can. So shuffle in so you're sitting close to the feet. Keep the left foot where it is, and then bring the right knee in towards your chest. Pull in the knee into the chest, flexing that right heel. Pulling the knee into the chest, keeping the left knee bent, pressing the left foot into the floor. And then bring the right foot across the top of the left thigh, and then get hold of the right foot with your left hand. Try and bring the heel into the inner pelvic bone if you can. Just for a moment, lengthen that right knee away from the body so that you open up the front of the hip. And then just let that knee just point to the ceiling. Let that knee relax for a moment. And then we're going to do supta kapotasana, the reclining pigeon pose. So keep the right foot on top of the left thigh, get hold of the back of the left knee, and then draw the left knee in towards the chest. Try and keep the tailbone and the sacrum down on the floor as you pull that left knee in, flexing the heel, lengthening into the spine, stretching out the right glute and the hamstrings, just enjoying that deep stretch, keeping the sacrum down on the floor, keeping the tailbone down on the floor, pulling the left knee in towards the chest. And then gently release that left knee, uncross the right foot, and then get hold of the shins, bring the feet as close to the body as you can. Draw your left knee in towards the body, keep the right foot where it is. Cross the left foot across the top of the right thigh, and hold on to that left foot with the right hand. Try and bring the heel into the pelvic bone. Lengthen that left knee away from the body. And then just soften that left knee, just point it to the ceiling, just let it relax for a moment. And then get hold of the back of the right leg, or back of the right knee, and then keep that, bring that right knee in towards the chest. Keep the sacrum and the tailbone down on the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Listening to the breath. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. And just focusing on keeping the sacrum and the tailbone down as you pull that left knee in towards the chest. Feeling the stretch in the glutes and in the hamstrings of the left leg. And then gently release the leg. Just release the two knees and then just stretch yourself out along the floor. Just rest in sirvasana for a moment. And then gently just pull your knees in towards your chest, have a little rock from side to side. And then rock yourself up into cross legs, hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. Just coming into cross legs. And then turn to the right side. Just feeling how your body feels different in the warmth. Drawing your body across. And then come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees and turn to the left. And then gently come back to the centre. Just get a folded blanket or a pillow for underneath your head. Just make sure that your blanket is folded evenly. Make sure that the equipment isn't going to be in the way at the sides of you. Just come down onto the floor, resting your head on the folded blanket. Just bend your knees, lift your legs to the ceiling for a moment. Just a very brief viparita karanhi. Just lifting, extending the legs like you're lifting the bones. Keeping the sacrum down, keeping the tailbone down. And then just bend your knees, bring your feet back onto the floor, stretch your legs out, just come up onto your elbows, drive yourself down along the centre of the mat, and then allow the body to release into the floor. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs so that the body becomes heavy on the ground. Just using the breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness that radiates from the bones. Radiating from the bones and into the muscles and into the organs. To the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that energy down into the toes, into the fingers, up into the top of the head. Basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then bend your knee, bring your knees in towards your chest, have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And straighten out the top leg, come back up into seated position. Come back into cross legs with your hands in Namaste, a final spinal lift. Draw your breath down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning, that profound, deep energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created inside, around the heart area. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. And then as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel like your energy is transformed into something really light and positive, and will get you moving for the day. So thank you very much for joining me.